So I wondered if any of you all have heard of dry January. Have you heard of dry January?
Is that where you don't drink?
That's where you don't drink. You don't drink any alcohol.
I mean, I heard dry county, so I was assuming it was a don't drinking.
You don't drink any alcohol during the month of January. And I guess this is for people who would traditionally drink a lot. And I'm only
or
regularly, and I don't mean
necessarily
yes.
not overindulging.
Exactly.
Regularly.
Yeah, I don't
like
mean
a beer every day or whatever.
Right. So yes. So if you are used to like you go to work and you come home from work and you have a glass of wine at the end of the day. For people who are used to doing that, they're in this habit. They're trying to. It's like honestly,
it's like smoking.
It reminds me of people like going on a diet in January. So they're picking January to kind of
make your resolution to not drink.
Yeah. But
you're going to go right back to drinking after that.
I know. That's the thing.
Is the goal just to see if you can do it, or?
I think it's a challenge to people.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Kind of like what is that? No Mo November or whatever. Where you don't shave. Shave November.
No shave November.
Yeah,
something
where you don't
like
shave.
That. Yeah. I guess because it makes no sense to me either. Because just like you mentioned smoking, if I was to say, "Oh, I'm going to have a no smoke January," well, who cares?
The goal is to not smoke anymore at all.
Yeah. So who cares when you're going to go right back to smoking in February? Yeah. Who cares?
So you're right. If you look at it more as a challenge, can I do it?
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Can I do it? And so
there's all kinds of things you can do with that, like no sweets, no candy.
Well, if you
no
think
chips,
about
no
it,
whatever.
I think that's what a lot of people.
Diets.
Well, Lent.
Oh yeah.
Lent.
Yeah, but there's a purpose to that. You're supposed to be giving up something to suffer a bit, sacrifice.
I realize that
you can turn if you get in this.
I realize that is the purpose. That is the point.
But it is a challenge.
But I do know a lot of people who they say they're doing it. Some people say they're doing it for the religious aspect, but then you really know that they're doing it just because it's a challenge to them. And that's whatever. Who cares? I don't care what you do. But some people are doing it just for the challenge too. Like I'm not going to eat sweets during Lent. So yes, this dry January is supposed to be you don't have any drinks during January. Well, now they've come out because dry January is just too hard on some people. They have come out with like wet January. So wet January means that you're not completely giving up the alcohol. You're only giving up as much alcohol, but you're not completely dry, which I think is a complete cop-out and it's completely stupid.
Yeah, where's the challenge in that?
There's no challenge in that. And who's saying
you get 2 drinks a week instead of none.
Yeah, who's saying this is X amount, and if you go
you're making your own rules.
You're making your own rules. Exactly. You're making your own rules at that point.
It's no longer a challenge.
So it's a complete cop-out. That wet.
It's kind of like going to a bowling alley saying, okay, the rules are you can stand halfway down the lane now and throw your ball.
Right, exactly. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But we are...
I mean, I can understand the drive because that would be a challenge if people drink a lot. And just the fact that that's too hard for people
is saying
something about the people that's too hard for.
Yeah, I think that's saying something.
That means you're not just a casual, I drink a wine every night.
No.
That means it's become
a habit. You need it. Yeah, it's a definite habit.
That should be a wake-up call for you that I've made this into a habit now, not just for fun or relaxation
if
or whatever.
It's something that's that hard to give up, like me with sugar. If it's that hard to give up, then that means you have an addiction.
Yeah,
and
I do.
Yes. Hey, my name is Tammy, and I'm addicted to sugar. Yes, absolutely. I freely admit that. But people likewise should be willing to say, yeah, I have an addiction to alcohol. Yep, I have it. It's there. So, no shame. You just admit it. But we are early into January, and some people have already failed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to me that means they weren't
really trying.
Halfway. Yeah, they weren't putting their all into it. because
and then I remember what you were listening to when they were talking about it. One person said, well, I'm going to get a pass because I'm going to such and such's wedding party or something like that,
right.
birthday party, some party,
right.
And it's like, you can go to parties and not drink.
Exactly.
It is possible to live after a party and you don't drink anything.
Don't drink anything.
But we're coming from a view of we don't drink either.
Right. But you know what? I like alcohol. I like it. When I have Jack Daniels, yeah, we had drinks on the cruise. When I have Jack Daniels, I love some Tennessee whiskey. I really do. I'll enjoy that. I like that bourbon and Coke. I think it's wonderful. There's a lot of things I like, gin and rum, and there's all kinds of things. But I don't have to have it.
Right.
I don't have to have it to go through daily life. And they were also saying that they meet up with people they go to like these bar crawls. So they'll start off at one bar, wow, and then they'll go to other bars. Well, there's some of them that feel like they can't do that without drinking. And one of these people I was listening to brought up, oh, but there's such and such, he's in the group and he's been sober for 10 years or something, or 10 months, one or the other.
He still does it.
And he goes and he has a great time and he doesn't drink a thing. So you don't have to, I would not feel pressure to drink at all. Like if I met some people.
Like if you went on a pub crawl over in the UK, it's not something you would necessarily drink.
No, I wouldn't feel pressure to drink unless I wanted to. If I wanted to, of course, if I was in Germany, yes, I'm going to try the lager. I'm going to try that. I would enjoy that. But I wouldn't have to by any means. I just I think
half the fun of a pub crawl though is you start out sober. By the time you get to the end, you're just knocked down drunk. Yeah, and see. That's what people think is fun about a pub crawl or a bar crawl or whatever.
Right. For me, I've had one experience in my life where I got so wasted, and this was one time. It was with Kevin. It was Andrew and I. Andrew and I were together.
It's actually happened
twice.
Yeah. One time,
don't consider that.
That very first time when on your 21st birthday, she was rolling around in the front yard.
You're hilarious. In his parents' front yard too.
Yeah.
Well, okay, twice. But really, honestly, once was only really bad because the first time when I turned 21, I didn't lose a day after.
No, and you weren't that bad off.
I wasn't that bad off.
You were just giggly.
I was giggly. When I got drunk with Andrew, I was so bad that I don't remember getting in bed that night. Kevin had to help me in bed that night, and I lost half a day the next day.
Just feeling bad.
It was like I was literally laying in bed for half the day the next day because I felt horrible. And it's like, I thought right then, I will never do this again. I will never get this wasted again because it's not worth. It's like I had things to do. I don't like laying in bed. I have too much to do. I'm too busy. Things I want to accomplish every day. I want to get up and start my day and do things. I have too much to do to lay in bed for half a day and to feel like you're almost like you're sick because your head's hurting. And it was not worth it to me. So I don't know the appeal of doing that every weekend. Some people live for the weekend. Like there's people that I've seen on Facebook that they live to go, like they're that song, Everybody's Working for the Weekend. These people are literally working for the weekend where they can on Friday night go to the Mexican restaurant and get their drink on. And I mean, they look forward to this all week.
I've never been those people.
I've never been that kind of person. And I tell you what too, for me, it has to do not only feeling bad, but it has to, I know people get tired of hearing this, but calories. It is a lot of calories. Now, I do know some people, some women, they will not eat and they will only drink. Like,
which makes you drunker faster.
No, but I mean, like, in their life in general, in general, they want to save up the calories so that they can have a drink or two every single day. So because they want to drink, which is an issue for me, I think that's a problem. If you're choosing to have, if you are wanting that alcohol more than you want to eat, I think that's a problem too. But yeah, they're choosing to save up the calories and so that they can have that drink. And I think that's a shame too, but you really have to watch it. Do you remember when Ashley made me and her those pixie stick martinis? And then we did
You found out they're like 1,000 calories.
They're like 1,000 calories a piece. Yes.
Well, they're pure sugar.
And I had like 3.
Yeah.
And no, I was not wasted or anything like that. I mean, they were absolutely delicious. You wouldn't even
They're not that strong alcohol.
No, you wouldn't have even known you were having alcohol. They were so good and sweet. I thought that was interesting that some people, they feel like they can't go around the bars without drinking, and because the bars serve Cokes and stuff
water.
like that. They serve all that stuff, so you can definitely go to a bar and not drink anything. And also that some people have already failed and we're early in January.
Yeah, we're not even 10 days in.
But I wonder, I do wonder, like, what good does that do for you other than, like what you said, like it's a challenge, but that's it. Because there's really no reason to do that. You're not like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't have a goal to quit. You're going to quit drinking afterwards. You're going to start right back up when it's over.
So, no judgment. If any of you all drink, I don't care. Because, like I said, we like, Kevin and I, on the cruise.
Don't do it on the road.
We just don't do it all the time. Yeah, and if you drink and drive, yeah, I'm going to judge you. I'm going to think you're an absolutely horrible person. And that, you know what? I told Kevin, this is something that I don't understand. And maybe somebody can explain it to me. It is illegal to drink and drive. Period. That's how I have known the law to be. I must be misunderstanding the law. I always was told it is illegal to drink and drive.
Yeah, as long as you're over a certain limit.
Okay, that's not what I've heard. They don't say you can drink and drive as long as you haven't had so much.
As long as your blood alcohol is lower than a certain amount, but it doesn't take much to get to that point.
But they don't say that. They don't say, oh, you can drink and drive as long as you haven't gone over this limit. They don't say that.
They have to put a number on it.
They say it is illegal to drink and drive.
But they still have to put a number on it.
I get that.
Because you could have a .00. You could.
But you've always been told your whole life.
Eat an alcohol candy and be something.
Yes, but you've been told your whole life you're not supposed to drink and drive.
Well, it's because usually drinking involves more than just a sip of something.
Okay, because that's something that it's like, I don't get how, way back, Ashley and I went to a football game. Well, everybody around us was drinking. I mean, you could smell it. It was.
They were all drinking and they were all getting out of there and driving.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They had clearly been drinking. You've had an alcoholic beverage, and then you're leaving and you're going out and you're getting in your car and driving. So clearly it's not illegal to drink and drive because people are doing it. So so really it's not illegal to drink and drive. It's just illegal to drink and drive over a certain amount.
Right.
And you just have to know what that amount is.
Right.
That football game was so much fun. The smells, I loved the smells. And if you've been to football games your whole life, well, then you're used to that and you probably don't even notice it. But it was like electric for me. I could smell the beer in the air. Literally, I could smell the beer. I could smell the hot dogs. I could smell the pizza because people were getting pizza and eating that around me.
Some popcorn.
I could smell the popcorn. And then I turned to Ashley at one point and I said, I smell cotton candy, because I was looking around for somebody who's eating the cotton candy. And she she looked around real quick and she whispered in my ear, she said, "Don't say that again." She said, "The people next to you are vaping, and it's probably cotton candy vape." And that's what it was. He had a cotton candy vape. Well, it smelled wonderful. It smelled like cotton candy. And it's like, well, no wonder you like it. You're sucking on candy over there. If it tastes as good as it smells,
Right.
But for me, the smells of that were so, it was the whole thing was so much fun. But smelling that beer smell, it just smelled good.
That would not be appealing to me.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate the smell
it
of beer.
smelled so good.
There's nothing about beer I like.
And
Smell, taste.
So if you had a drink, what would be your drink of choice?
I don't know. Not beer.
No. What did you have on the cruise?
It was like a mixed drink.
Yeah, we had mixed drinks on the cruise, and they were probably really expensive too.
Oh, they were ridiculous, and there wasn't much alcohol in there either. That would be a good example of a drink without being over the limit. Because I had that drink and it's like whatever.
Oh, me too. It did well. That experience.
But I could taste the alcohol in it. I could tell it had alcohol in it. It's just this didn't have a lot. I just don't think it had a lot in it.
Well, I think it's funny that I had several drinks on that cruise, and none of them did diddly to me at all. And it just, I don't know. I'm a suspicious person. It just makes you wonder about that.
No, there was definitely alcohol in that. Like the thing Ashley got the first time, that peach whatever, that 100% had alcohol in it because you could taste it.
Yeah,
So
it just never bothered
it doesn't
me.
mean it had a lot in it. It just had some in it.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody called me, but just to finish up the conversation about dry January, if you all have ever done it, you'll have to tell us what was your motivation and did you succeed? Were you successful? So, anytime somebody has a goal, I hope they make their goal, but there's no judgment from us. I just want that to be clear because we don't care. We do what we do and you do what you do. We really don't care. Something that aggravates Kevin and I so much when we go places. Used to, I don't know if it's the same anymore, so you all can tell me if I'm wrong. Used to, when you would get a job at some place like Walmart or Kroger or Winn-Dixie or whatever grocery store, go ahead. They would tell you to park in the furthest space possible.
Or on the side of the building.
On the side, yes, either on the side of the building or in the very, very back, because you want the customers to have the best parking spots. You want it to be nice for the customers. Am I turning here? Yeah. So we see constantly, especially at Walmart, not so much at Kroger, but at Walmart, we constantly see people that work there parked in like the first spot. So
taking up the handicap spot.
Yeah, there will be a handicap spot that's supposed to be reserved for the customers, and they have no qualms about parking right up front.
Of course, they're handicapped too. I understand,
but if you're working there, you're there earning money. Well, I think you should park in the furthest spot away. So we just left CVS. We were in CVS, and we went in. And as we were going in, the person that was parked right next to us he came in. It was the guy working behind the counter. We parked right next to the door. So I just think it's rude. I get it that you want to end your day and you want to go right to your car, but you're literally taking up a space that you should have that nice and open for your customers so they'll want to come in.
It's funny though, at the school, all the employee spots are right next to the building.
I know.
Where all the students
have to park away.
Matter of fact, someone said, I think it was Greg that said, someone was complaining about the students are always parking in the employee spots. And he said it probably should have been the other way around anyway.
The student
should be able to get up front, and
then the teachers should be
have to park farther away.
Truly, that probably is true. But I tell you what, the way that it was for a long time. Now Kevin never had to deal with it, but the way that it was on the campus before was they were paying for parking places. So when it was on UK campus,
yeah, they had special lots for employee lots.
But they were paying for a parking place. So I'm just glad you've never had to pay. Yeah, so I'm not going to complain too much because you've never had to pay.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, we're in our local Kroger, and they have like all their Valentine's stuff out. So they have tons of these Squishmallows. You can tell how these have taken over because how popular these are, because they have so many. I love the flat ones. Yeah, they're like pillows. Those are jazzwares. Stackables. These are so cute though and so soft. And I know our grandkids love them, but I don't think they have any of like the pillow ones, like the flat ones. And then down here they have, of course, they have Barbie Valentines. They have some with, Fun Dip, Maui Punch. That might be new, I don't know. So they have some exchange cards with pencils. And then down here, what are those Squishmallow things? Are those like piggy banks or something? Or are they minis? Mystery. They have a wreath up here. It looks like they're gonna get some more stuff out. And then they have the Russell Stover. Yep, they have conversation hearts, friends. They have some, like a cupcake.
Candles?
Good vibes only. Essential elements. Mugs. Those are containers, food storage containers. Over here they have throws. It's like little throws. And then over here is their little Easter section that they've got now with more Squishmallows. But those have hearts on them too. They have some Peeps. So I'm going to be doing some voiceovers during this video because the music was pumped up pretty loud. And honestly, in our Kroger, it wasn't even as loud as the Kroger in Lexington. Tootsie Roll Pops, Skittles. When we get to the store, the Lexington store later on in the video, they had there was a speaker like directly above the Valentine section. And I was trying to talk and I talked for a little while on the video. So it's like, I'm just trying to talk over it. But then it's like, well, I just have to mute this. It gets to a point where you can't hear anything that I'm saying because it's so loud. So anyway, they have some really cute stuff in Kroger. I think if you're going to shop in Kroger, you're going to pay more. I am not sure how much the cards cost in Kroger, like the Valentine's Day cards. I know that I took note in Target for like a box of kids cards in Target. They're $4, which isn't a bad price, but I don't remember like how much are they in Walmart. Anytime you see these heart-shaped boxes though, you're going to pay more than like if you go in the candy aisle and just buy a bag. The only thing different, it's the exact same candy. The only thing different is it has Valentine's on it, or it has a different color on the package or something like that. It's still the same Reese's cup that you get in the regular candy aisle. Oh, yeah, there's 2 bears. I guess you could do it with a friend. You could give like best friends. You could have one for you and then one for your friend. Yeah, so that could be for a friend or a girlfriend, boyfriend type thing. Those are actually really cute. Now we are in HomeGoods. My sister absolutely loves these, and they sell out quickly. We've seen these Valentine's past. They get a very limited amount. You see here, I see 5 right here. And when we go back to HomeGoods, every one of these will be gone. They are so colorful, so pretty, and I really like them too. Jennifer I got her some for not Valentine's Day, for Easter one year. And the ones I got her for Easter have like bunny ears coming out of the top of them, and they're really cute. And I think she leaves those out year round. But
those were for Valentine's Day. And I think the Valentine's Day, honestly, are some of the prettiest, even like prettier than the Christmas ones, because you just can't beat the colors on them. So I was looking at these dogs and the cats. They have these little donuts. They have some macarons, and Kevin didn't see me showing you those macarons, so he picked up the macarons and he's like, "Oh, did you see these?" I said, "Yeah, I just showed these." They have like a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich here. And then we were looking at the food. They have tons and tons of food. You know, like I was just saying before, it's the same food. It's just packaged for Valentine's Day. So it makes it hard for me to want to buy this stuff that's packaged for Valentine's Day. Like if I were to want to give the grandkids something, it makes it hard to want to spend more on it. Now, if it's the same price, that's different. That's fine. But it's hard for me to want to spend more on it when it's the same food and it's just repackaged. These I thought were totally cool. The guy had just brought them out on like a dolly. These are giant eggs. And then these Easter bunnies are like, they felt like, I don't want to say felt, but they felt, they were felt. Kevin says they were felted. Yeah, you can see Kevin petting its ear. They felt really, they were soft, but those would be awesome on your front porch. Those eggs actually had lights on the inside, so you could light them up if you wanted to. I'm pointing out this little dog here because I have this dog. This dog is a Blue Sky Pottery, and I actually have him on my mantle in the other room for Valentine's Day. But you have to look closely on these shelves because they have random Valentine's stuff, and I don't have him, but they have random Valentine's stuff everywhere. They do have stuff, a couple of little things here and there in the baking department that are like Valentine's themed. So you get the cupcakes and then the little kitty cat toppers. Oh, you get these too. These have little picks, cupcake picks, that's what they're called. And they have hearts that say different things. I think these are going to be the kitty cats again. Yeah, more kitty cats. They have these. Are these heart-shaped or are they just... Oh, yeah, they're heart-shaped. That's that same brand, the Bake Shop.
It's cupcake cashmere. Like little baking pans.
And then these hold like a cookie.
Cupcake.
Yeah. You would have to have that exact right size, though. Yeah, they have some cute little cupcake tins.
Come with the cupcake papers.
No, you would have to have the right size. And then look at these. These are like those silicone.
Yeah, cookie stamps too.
I like that box. It looks old school, doesn't it?
There's some little hard containers in there.
Oh yeah, right there, heart containers. That's that Bake Shop brand. A lot of this stuff has hearts. Even though it's white or wooden, it still is a heart shape. Yeah. So it just kind of blends in, you know? Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Nobody would even notice that up there.
Love and cupcakes.
These are hand towels for your kitchen. And I always like looking at these. I don't have any special hand towels for Valentine's Day. I've learned that for me personally, it's more trouble to put up hand towels for certain holidays and then bring out new hand towels for the next holiday. So I really just do have some for Christmas, but for the rest of the year, I just have regular hand towels because it's like that's just one more thing for me to have to do is switch out the hand towels. If you don't know it, HomeGoods is a great place to get pet supplies. So if you have a dog or a cat, they will not disappoint you when it comes to toys. Like here is a whole display of Valentine's toys for your dog and cat. And then this is just a little display in the back. On up, actually, in the store, they have even more dog and cat, they have like bedding. They have like, if you have a cat that likes those big trees and they like to scratch and stuff like that, or you want a special bed for your dog or cat, they have all that stuff in here. They have bowls and just anything that you would need like that. And they even have treats. So that would probably surprise a lot of people. You wouldn't expect like HomeGoods to find like dog treats, but they have them. They have dog treats, they have cat treats, and they're probably going to be more affordable than you could find them for in like Kroger, someplace like that. Now, this shelf just looked like a mess. I mean, really. I didn't notice it while we were in there, but now seeing it on video, it's like, my goodness, what hurricane, a tornado. A tornado came through there. That's what it is. It's not a hurricane, it's a tornado. But it looks like a huge mess. But that's why you have to take your time and really look at everything. We thought these Valentine's cards were cute. They were kind of a make it yourself kit, like you put the little heart in like the animal's arms, but you really have to look carefully. Kevin said this looks like something from Peanuts, from Charlie Brown, and it does. I don't remember. We couldn't think of the little girl's name. Is it Sally, or is it another one of the little girls who sits behind the little stand giving is she giving advice away, or it seems like sometimes she gives advice, sometimes she sells lemonade, but these were cute. I love the space theme. Anytime they have a space theme, whether it's at Christmas, Valentine's Day, whatever, I love a space theme. But it seemed like some of the stuff could have been Valentine's Day. Some of it could have been out for Christmas, but because it's just the same colors, These were decorative macarons. And we had never seen anything like this before. We thought, is it soap? Do you eat them? No, they're hard. They're like made of wood or something, and you literally just set them out. So then these were little items that they had up at the checkout. Just random things I wanted to show you that I didn't want to miss. You really do have to look around everywhere. So we are in the Kroger in Lexington, the next town over, and it's a bigger Kroger. So I wanted to show you kind of like the Valentine stuff that they have here. They have a lot of the same stuff. Like these, I know our grandkids would love these little pillow pets. So like if we wanted to get them something for Valentine's Day, I would seriously consider one of those because they would love sleeping on those. Yeah, those are cute. Very, very cute. So they do have some different stuffed animals, though. I don't recall seeing these in our Kroger, but now our Kroger doesn't have the space for all the things that they have here either. So this is where I was talking about earlier in the video, where this Kroger has a speaker right above the section. And so not only is it hard for somebody like me who's making a video, but it was hard for Kevin and I just to talk, just to have a conversation in this area because it's like blaring in this one area of the store. It's not bad everywhere else. It's just here. So, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I normally don't mind it, but just right here, it was really, really loud. So the reason I was recording is because I wanted to show you this Kroger has a lot of the same things that our Kroger has in Winchester, but they have a bigger area to work with. So it just seems like they have more of everything. But I do love all the little heart shapes. I love all the candies, but I was wondering, so you have Valentine's Day where you have a lot of the holiday stuff. You have Easter where you have a lot of like special candy and decorations and stuff like that. You have Halloween, and then you also have Christmas, because most people really, I mean, I'm talking about like across the globe. So like you're not going to get people in the UK decorating for Thanksgiving because they don't do Thanksgiving over there. So if you only go by those 4 holidays, Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, and Christmas, which do you enjoy buying the most? Like, because some things come out for those holidays you're going to get that you don't get at other times of year. So I think probably Halloween is my favorite time of year to buy candy and stuff because I think it has a lot to do with there's a lag. So there's a big lag between, there's a long lag between Easter and Halloween. So by the time Halloween comes, it's like, okay, bring on the holiday stuff, bring on the candy and all the decorations. And it's like, I'm ready for it. So when certain stores, especially like drugstores, start bringing out the Halloween stuff in June, you won't hear me complaining about it. Now, some people do. Some people do not want to see that Halloween stuff before September. But for me, I don't care. It gets me excited. So we're in CVS?
Yep.
We're in CVS, and this is what CVS has for Valentine's Day. Once again, they had the music pumped up in here too. And you'll probably notice in some of these videos, like right here is a Christmas section. All these stores, they're still trying to push out, get rid of the rest of the Christmas stuff. And normally I buy stuff after Christmas. I'll go in and buy stuff for next year. I didn't buy anything. I haven't bought one thing for next Christmas. It lights up. Oh. This bear said stuck on you, but then it said something else too. It's hard to see the light, but that heart lights up with a message. So we're going to play the next one here. I like that one better. I always like that song anyway, so that would be and his head's bobbing. Did you see his head's bobbing around a little bit too? And then Kevin spotted this dog. Your love, it makes me wanna shout from the rooftop. Oh no, Kevin. Your love, it makes me wanna shout from the rooftop. Shout to the world now. I got to have.
His ears wiggle.
That's hilarious. He reminded me of the dog in The Fox and the Hound. If you've ever seen the Disney movie, that's what that dog reminded me of, with those long ears. Or what is that? Smokey and the Bandit. Smokey and the Bandit. The trucker, had a dog in the front of his big rig, and that dog. Well, the truck is so high up, so like any dog, unless it's like a Great Dane. If you're putting a dog in a big rig, you're going to have to lift that thing up. But it's comical in the movie Smokey and the Bandit that this dog is heavy and he has to lift. It's a basset hound. That's what it is. And he has to pick this basset hound up and put it in the front of his truck. But if you haven't seen that movie, it's a real cute movie. It has Burt Reynolds and Sally Field, and I can't remember the guy's name who drives the big rig, but those are really good movies. So once again, just looking around, and I do enjoy the colors. The colors are so fun. They're so happy, but and that looked like one of those Stanley cups, but it had like sweethearts all over it, sweethearts, and those pillows were cute too. I don't know if you caught those, but they were adorable. In World Market, I love these. These are vintage Valentines. Those are adorable. And what you could do is, what is that called that you do for me, Kevin? Laminate. Yeah. You can laminate these and hang them up and keep them forever. Yeah.
Actually, I like the little space kids.
Oh, I like the space ones the best. You heard it again. I like a space theme. The space theme, I don't know what it is about it. It's just, to me, it's very vintage, very old school. So if you were watching me during Christmas, we bought Gavin at HomeGoods, actually. We found some Christmas wrapping paper, and it had like Santa Claus and a spaceship. And the kids, I don't think the kids, now I do know the girls noticed they had Barbie paper. So one of the girls had a really bright pink, like Barbie pink. And then one of them had more of like a pastel, I guess, type pink. And I do know they noticed their paper. But Gavin, I don't think he probably could have cared less about that space theme. He probably would have preferred Minecraft or something like that over the space thing, but I liked it, so that's what he ended up getting. So World Market, they do have some Valentine stuff. And I tell you, it looked like too, like they had the Jammy Dodgers. You just saw those in the basket. So I don't think anything Valentine's about them. I mean, they have a heart in the middle of the cookie. I believe it's heart shape in the middle of the cookie. But it's just the package. The package is that color. So it's not like those are special for Valentine's Day or anything. But I just filmed walking through here because World Market is one of those places where they do change things up. I think this is like HomeGoods. I like shopping at HomeGoods best at Halloween and Christmas. And World Market is one of those places too. Now we're in Target right now. But World Market's one of those places where it's more fun. They have more stuff going on during Halloween and Christmas, and they don't really have a lot of stuff during the summer. So HomeGoods for me during the summer is boring. World Market is the same way, but we do try to go in there periodically and check in because you just never know what they're going to bring in. They might bring in foods that are new over in other countries, and I wouldn't want to miss out on those. So Target was packed when we were in here. It was very hard for me to film. I try to be as discreet as possible. And so I always tell Kevin, you get in front of me and I will follow behind you, and we'll just do it that way because I try not to disturb anyone else that is shopping. And really, Target, they had a lot of the same stuff that everyone else has. Of course, Target does have the favorite day brand. And so they have a lot of like cookie kits and stuff like that. I really don't enjoy making a lot of those kits for the most part. I think you have to be good at doing decorating. It comes down to the decorating. And if you're not naturally gifted at decorating, then yours are never going to look as good as they look on the box. You just need to know that. But if you're buying it to do with the kids, then that's always a good time with the kids for sure. I love these little birds. They were big. I actually have some little, those were like medium-sized birds. I actually have a smaller one that I bought from Target that is a Christmas ornament. So those are just bigger sized, and they don't hang up. They just sit on a table. And if I was collecting stuff, I would have totally bought those because they're vintage, they're cute. You could set them on an end table if you were going to decorate. These are out for Easter. This is, it's funny. Every store I think we've been in has gotten the same Easter stuff in. It's like, even if you go to Walmart, all the stores have gotten the Reese's. And I honestly think Reese's is smart to do that because people are buying them. People are buying those Reese's eggs. And so if you can sell them right now, who cares? Who cares if it's time for Valentine's stuff? They know they're going to sell those. And also like the Peeps. We've seen the Peeps out, and the Peeps are selling. And so I just think that is smart that they're getting those out so that you can go ahead and buy them. And I know we have bought Peeps. So what I'm saying is other candy makers would be smart to go ahead and let that, get that stuff out in the stores too. Of course, they don't have room for all that at one time. You don't have room for the Valentine stuff and all the Easter stuff at one time. But I think it's funny how these days, every holiday has like blown up. It used to be just Christmas time or just Halloween where you would get this like explosion of candy and have this huge section of the store filled with stuff. And now it's like, let's do all the holidays. I think the only holiday that does not get near as much attention, I mean, as much love from like the candy makers, is like the 4th of July. So, and that has really surprised me. Like they capitalize on all the other holidays, but the 4th of July doesn't have like all the theming at all that all these other holidays do. So I thought these were cute. These hearts, you get like a stuffed toy with the heart. So that's different. And then I pointed out those Lego packages to Kevin. I wanted to see if the Lego packages were any different or something that the kids would want. And we didn't end up getting any of these because these were just like flowers or something like that. And I thought, we bought them so many of these for Christmas that they're not going to care anything about those. It's not like it was anything that they would put together and then put on display. It's just going to be a few more Legos in the bottom of a toy box. So we didn't pick any of those up. But then they do have lots of cards and lots of like stuffed animals. If you wanted to give those away, they had pairs of bears where like you could keep one and give one to a friend. And then they had some bigger stuffed animals as well, the bears and stuff. I don't do a lot of people on YouTube do an empties video, and I do not do an empties video. So Kevin and I do at the end of the month, we do our likes and dislikes as far as food goes because we do try a lot of new food. But products, I am not good at using new products. I'm really not. I use the same things because once I find out that it works, I keep buying it over and over again. It's the same with my favorite food at a restaurant. If I go somewhere and I absolutely love something, I will order the same thing every single time because it's a sure thing. And when you're spending money, you want a sure thing. Well, two things that I want to show you. One of the things I want to share with you, but I would not buy it again. And so I'm going to explain to you. So this is the OGX shampoo. I actually had the shampoo and the conditioner, but I figured just for a visual, I would just keep the shampoo and show it to you. This is called Coconut Caffeine Shampoo. And I love the smell of this. It smells like that Jelly Belly mocha jelly bean. It is just, it smells good enough to like lick the bottle right now. I love the smell of it. It smells like coffee. It really does smell like coffee. So we had the shampoo and the conditioner. The reason I will not buy this again, this brand at all, I used this for a long time and I thought it was just my hair that it wasn't working on. And so I know a lot of people buy this shampoo, so it must work fine for your hair. But I kept buying it over and over again, not realizing that I could buy something else and I would have a different result. I thought that's just me and this is just my hair and my hair is going to be fluffy and my hair is going to have this just horrible static electricity and all that no matter what shampoo I buy. Well, that's not true at all. You need to really, if you feel like your hair looks dry or it's just not looking the way or feeling the way you want it to feel, switch up your shampoo. But I thought for sure, I was just stuck with it. But I hadn't bought this in a while, the OGX, and I've been trying to switch shampoos because Kevin said to me that he was tired. We had been buying the same shampoo for a year at least, and he said, I'm getting tired of that smell. Well, for me, it's just easier to buy the same thing over and over again. So I would have never bought new shampoo. But since he said that, I was like, okay, well, we'll experiment. And so we have already gone through some other shampoo and it was okay. And so then I bought the OGX. And so I want to share it with you because I love the smell. And if OGX works for your hair, then you will not want to miss this. I mean, it is an incredible smell. I wish it worked for me. The reason it doesn't is mainly because of the conditioner. The conditioner, I can put like twice as much as I would use of any other conditioner in my hand. And I mean, I can like plaster the conditioner on, and I still would get up the next day and it would be tangled. And it shouldn't be like that, especially with the amount I was using. It would be tangled, it would be fly away, it would be fluffy. It just all the things that you don't want your hair to be. It just did not work for me. So, like I said, if it works for you, I would want you to know about this smell because it smells so good. I wish other shampoos would smell like this coffee, this sweet coffee smell. Love it. So too bad about that. Then I want to show you this because this is Garnier Skin Active. It says new look. This is clearly brighter. I buy the light medium, and what it is, it looks like this, and it has a ball on the end of it, and you put it under your eyes. And this is empty, so it wouldn't do anything if I showed you. But you roll it up under your eyes, and this is a concealer. And it's so easy to use because you just roll it, and then I put a little bit on my nose. I don't put anywhere else. But then if it starts to get to where like it's not coming out, you just shake it a little bit and do it again. This container, I have had this container since July 2022. No exaggeration. Ashley told me about this around the beginning of July. I bought it. I've had this since July 2022. And anytime it would start to feel empty, I would just shake it up, and it would continue to come out and come out and come out. And so I finally used this up at the very end of December. And I've saved it to show it to you. I keep forgetting. And so I wanted you to know about this concealer. The thing is, good luck finding it, because when I bought it, she told me you're going to have to go to Walgreens. So I went to Walgreens to buy it. It's not with the regular makeup. Like, it's not like when you would go to Maybelline or CoverGirl or Elf or, it's not in that section. It's more like in the section where you would get like the skincare items, like Sea Breeze or things like antiseptics or something to clean your skin off with. They have a Garnier section, and that's where this is. So I find it very, very bizarre that this is a concealer and it's not in the makeup. It's in with, like, you're not cleaning your skin off with this. It is actually makeup. So I don't know why they put it in that area. But last time I went to find it in Walgreens, I could not find it. So I bought a 3-pack of it on Amazon, and I got it through Amazon. And so I actually put one of them, because Ashley uses the same thing. I put one in her stocking for stocking stuffers, and I kept the other 2. So I'm using a new one now, but I really like this for concealer. It works for me. It's not heavy or thick, and it doesn't like make creases or anything in my skin. It works really well. And so I wanted to share that with you. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you about this week before we end the vlog is the book. I finished my book. It's called The Couple Next Door, written by Sherry Lapina. I love this book. It was so easy to read. It was one of these where it made me want to read more and more and more, and just like I would walk around the house with my book reader in my hand. I would be on the treadmill with my book reader in my hand. And I know some people can't walk and read. I can. I guess I'm lucky that way. But I loved this book, The Couple Next Door. I will say that I did not like the very, very end. The very end, like the last 2 sentences. It was like, I wish it hadn't have ended that way. But it was still an excellent book. It was an excellent book. I recommend it. I think it's worth, even though I didn't like the last 2 lines of it, I still think you should read it, because you're wondering the whole time, how is this going to end? What's going to happen? So the book I wanted to tell you, the one that I picked out to read next, let me get my book reader on here. I just started it last night. It's called Suicidal Med, and it is by Frida McFadden. Now, I don't know what it's like. I did not read what it's supposed to be about. Nobody has recommended it to me. It was just one of these, like, I put certain authors on this book reader and I just chose one. I thought, okay, which one of these am I going to read first? That is the one that I chose. So I read like the beginning of it, and I read like the first chapter last night, because I've told you before I take my time. And so it is about a medical student, and right now she's in like a cadaver, she's in a lab, and she's trying to she's got an important exam coming up, and so she's looking at this cadaver, and because they have to like memorize the parts, and they have to know all these parts and stuff like that. So that is all that I know so far. So that is what I've started to read. But feel free, just like when Kevin and I talked to you about movies and TV shows that we're watching, feel free to leave any recommendations for books. I've got a lot of recommendations already, but you're not just leaving these comments for me. You're leaving these comments for other people who watch these vlogs, because that's something that I do when I watch YouTube videos, is I always scroll through the comments, because it's like, oh, okay, well, let's see who commented on this, because I want to hear what they have to say. So just because I have found a book to read, other people watching this, they may be trying to find a book that's interesting for them. So please leave your recommendations below. Thank you for everyone who watched this week. I hope you enjoyed getting into the stores a little bit. I tried to, film a little bit of the Valentine stuff, and hopefully the voiceover turned out okay. Hopefully that was all right, because like I said, the music in some of these stores, sometimes it's deathly quiet. Like we went in Michael's like a week ago, and there's this one Michael's that is deathly quiet. Like, you're afraid to say anything because everybody in there is going to be able to hear you. But then you go in some of these stores and the music's pumped up so high you can't even hear yourself think. So it just, sometimes it's best to just do a voiceover. But I hope you all are having a great week. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.